Unknown Space presents a product of boredom, a product of nothingness.
Anything you want me to be.
The show you're tuned into right now was put together by students and staff enrolled in the broadcasting courses in the radio television department at STANDOUT Delta College. Thanks for listening and supporting college radio.
Welcome to Anything You Want Me to Be Radio. I am Thomas Arganda, and before the episode actually started, I thought I'd give a little forward, a little heads up, a little insight into the episode. So, my friends and I were out biking and skating, and I had my Tascam field recorder on me, and that's what this entire episode is recorded on. It's hard to explain, but before we actually set out on our biking, skating adventure, my friend and I were discussing coming of age movies and such like that. And that was kind of the theme of the night. Coming of age. We're just going to location, maybe trying to learn something along the way, meet some friends along the way, live life, because the coming of age theme, I think, isn't exactly all, becoming an adult. It's growing up, and I think regardless of our age, there's always more for us to learn. There's always space for us to grow, and that's exactly what we attempted to do in this episode. Grow a little more. Without further ado,
my name is Thomas Arganda. Welcome to Anything You Want Me to Be Radio. This is a special episode because I'm not even in a studio or in my room. That's a car passing by. So, I'm out and about with two friends who would like to introduce themselves.
I'm Luis Lua. I'm just here to remember.
I'm Eduardo Miramontes. Just trying to learn how to ollie.
So, we're out and about, going to different locations, just trying to learn something. So, we made our first stop at, where are we, Luis?
Kofu Park, right?
We're at Legion Park, but the first lesson we learned today was
we're learning how to ollie. Eddy learned how to take better pictures. He's going up in the world.
I'm just learning through experience, really.
The overall lesson of Legion Park was you can really stand out wherever you go. My friend Luis was the only person with a skateboard here, and he has a high-vis jacket, so he's especially standing out right now. Yeah, you can stand out wherever, regardless of surroundings. We have made it to checkpoint 2. We are on the outskirts of Lodi, downtown Lodi. Where are we currently, Luis?
Wall ball.
Where are we currently, Eddy?
We're at the historic wall ball monument of Lodi.
Yes, I couldn't give you the exact address because I don't know streets, but we're at the Wall Ball Memorial of Lodi. It's like a giant ball. There's a flame above it. What did we learn along the way?
Learn to look both ways before you cross the street.
That's exactly what I was thinking. What did you learn?
Drivers can be ruthless.
That is definitely... Who had the biggest near-death experience tonight?
It was Thomas Arganda.
I kind of jumped out of a street.
Tell us about that experience.
It wasn't bad. I knew I messed up, so I kind of just sped up, and, it wasn't anything bad. It was just kind of, it was kind of an oh shoot moment.
And as for Luis, how would you feel if you saw your friend Eddy die tonight?
I'd be pretty sad. I'd probably be rubs Eddy's corpse,
Yeah, for real. I'd be very sad too. I almost got hit too, but I'm okay. So here's a lesson learned. I mean, you see, I almost got hit, but I'm okay. Eddie's kind of traumatized tonight. Like, he can't stop drinking water now. Any comment?
I probably should have brought 2 bottles.
Yeah, he's very thirsty.
I don't think Eddie's ever going to be the same. I think tonight it's just too much, you know. I think this is the end.
This might be the end, but we will prevail. Lesson learned. Look both ways before crossing the street, even if the light's green. And drivers can be ruthless. So we only took a few steps. Did we learn anything along the way between here or there?
Sometimes you just got to take your opportunities. You got to go when you can.
We learned this lesson at a stoplight. We were totally able to go, but something deep within us told us, nah, we gotta wait here. Eddie, what are you looking at?
Just first time I've people watched in a good while. Seems like a fresh experience for once.
Yeah, we have not been out in 3 years, but here we are tonight.
Yeah, it's been kind of weird. You see people walk by and they kind of just like, you know, do people stuff.
Yeah, human interaction is very weird nowadays. Anyways, lesson learned. Take your opportunities. Just go for it.
Eddie may have been scared to take that opportunity, considering what happened earlier tonight. As I was saying, he's not the same. Like, he's starting to like sweat a lot. He's like really shaky. He can't stop like laughing uncontrollably.
Are you good, Eddie?
I mean, even though it's supposed to be a little bit on the colder side tonight, I'm feeling a little warm under this jacket. But it could probably be just the extra exercise from skating.
You heard it here first. Eddie is cold. So we're just about at checkpoint 3. A little backstory. I was riding my bike one night. One sec. I was riding my bike one night, and when I'm on my bike, I tend to wander. And I wandered into this very odd neighborhood. It didn't really have much street lights. There's barely any porch lights. And so I decided, it was kind of scary for one. And you know, we're close to Halloween, so why not? I'm here with Luis,
What's up?
Eddie,
Hey,
and who's ready to get spooked, man?
I'm ready to get spooked. I'm ready to see a ghost.
I always love a good jump start.
Yeah, we're just outside of it. We're gonna head into it and then maybe do another check-in when we're out of it. So we are just outside the scarier part of the neighborhood. How are we feeling?
Pretty spooked. I'm shaking right now, guys. I'm so scared. Please vote.
How are we feeling right now, Eddie? Oh shoot. We're currently riding our stuff, so
I mean, I kind of had to split from the group because a car was coming, so I was kind of scary being alone for a little bit.
we're going into the darkness. Wish us luck. So we just left the haunted neighborhood of Lodi. Are we scared or what?
I mean, I felt like we got pursued at the last second right as we were about to exit the neighborhood.
Yeah, there was like a random truck following us, and I felt like they were getting really close.
Yeah. Also, when I was skating, I heard some noise. It was like a wow, wow. And yeah, that truck, maybe it was some ghost, you know, trying to get us out of here.
Lodi is known for its ghost trucks. If you look up Lodi, California on Wikipedia, you will get ghost trucks, mostly. And grapes, whatever that is. What did we learn here tonight in the haunted neighborhood of Lodi, California?
I learned that when you fall, it's better to fall with your feet first. And I'd rather scrape my knee than break my heart, you know?
Yeah.
I learned that when every patch of sidewalk may not actually appear to be an actual patch of sidewalk, it might just be grass. And I think that's a metaphor for something.
I think there's something about like deception, really. You really got to make sure who's in your circle. So you never know if they're grass or sidewalk.
Yeah, especially if you're on a skateboard, that's all that matters.
These sidewalks are not friendly.
These sidewalks are our biggest haters. Not me though, I'm on a bike. We are outside of Safeway. How are we feeling right now, man?
Still alive, still living.
Are we still alive?
Still alive, barely seeing. It's dark out.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty dark out. Did we learn any lessons on the way from over there?
You can't spend too much time looking back. I almost ran into a pole. Yeah, you gotta look forward.
Yeah, definitely look forward. Don't worry about what's behind you. Why is that lady looking at me weird in that car? Do y'all see that?
I mean, I can't say I learned anything too special. I was just kind of lost in the moment, listening to some music and letting the wind hit my body.
Look at that car coming.
That's a cool Corvette.
How do you feel about that car?
Pretty nice, pretty nice. I would probably drive it if, like, I was single and, if I was a loser and had no life.
It was an old man. What's his problem?
I feel like old people get a pass when they have cool cars because who are they going to show off to?
Yeah, like, I think that car should be, like, given to his grandson at this point. Like, grow up.
If your body's failing, you might as well have, like, a cool way to get around.
Oh, I'm saying he shouldn't have that.
Well, I'll give it to him. Probably shouldn't be driving out in public, though, if you're, like, that old.
So we're at one of our final stops. And I learned a little lesson along the way while we were waiting at a stop sign. You always kind of got to stand by your lessons. You always got to have faith in them. You always got to follow them, trust them. Otherwise, there's not much room for growth. Luis, did you learn any lessons on the way here?
I agree with what you just said in your lesson. My lesson that I learned is, sometimes it doesn't matter, like, if where you were trying to go isn't what you expected. As long as you're there, as long as you made it there, and you're having a good time, then that's good. That's all right.
Yeah, you really do gotta trust the process, we've made it. And though there's not as much light as we wish there was here, it's, we did that. And I don't think much other people did tonight.
There's still the earth. There's always the earth.
Yeah. Eduardo Miramontes.
I mean, I can't say I learned anything again, but I put a whole thing of vitamin water in my pocket, and that created an unexpected amount of weight on me. Much like, I don't know, the weight of everyday life, whatever, the mundanity of just quarantine style lifestyle.
Yeah, I think the lesson learned there is life moves on. We move on. Even if we're carrying the world on our shoulders, there's also people going through it, same way as us, and they're managing it.
Sometimes you can't weigh yourself down. You can't push yourself too hard. We all got limits, and you just gotta accept that. You can't be carrying vitamin water around everywhere.
But when you do carry it, it's like you really gotta push because you're not gonna just put it on the side of the road. That vitamin water is there for the long run. You gotta just persist.
Exactly.
Yeah, and even then, I did put this vitamin water in my pocket, so it's kind of weight on myself that I kind of put upon myself. I can get rid of it any moment, like now.
And at any point, you just drink it, and then it becomes a part of you. That's your life. That's your consciousness.
Yo, we're gonna take a short PSA break, but we'll be back here on KWDC 93.5, Delta College Radio. Anything you want me to be.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice an 8-year-old girl who's not excited for summer break
because she may not be having lunch again until September.
Or a single father of 2 who works 3
part-time jobs and still can't put enough food on the table.
Or maybe a mother who cleans offices at night,
hoping to find meeting leftovers to take home to her hungry family.
or a war veteran who's having a hard time landing
a job and getting back on his feet.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
So, we're still at one of our final destinations, and we ran into a friend here.
You gotta get on with your back foot first.
And he brought a ripstick. He is currently teaching Luis how to ride a ripstick.
Isaac, you want to come introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Isaac, and I can ripstick.
Have you learned any lessons tonight on your way here, throughout the day perhaps?
I learned to not assume everyone is your friend.
Would you care to explain?
I ran into a sketchy group of people that I thought were my friends.
And did they do something to you? Perhaps traumatize you?
No, they just looked at me weird.
Do not go up to sketchy groups of people. Do not assume people know you. Lesson learned. So, history has been made here in Lodi, California today. Eduardo Miramontes, or some may know him as the Miramontes Mangler, at the age of 20, has finally learned how to ride a bike. Who taught you how to ride a bike?
I mean, I guess I could give the credit to my friend Tom, who taught me the basics of how to control bike riding.
Yeah, that's right, punk. Yeah, that's right. How do you feel after learning? You did like maybe 5-ish laps back and forth, and you did a full turn. I mean, as far as beach cruises go, which is what you're riding, that's all you really got to know. I mean, you know how to brake too, right?
I mean, I need to learn how to brake more gracefully, but I get the gist of it.
And how do you feel after learning? After all these years?
I mean, it feels good. I never really took time out of my day to, learn how to ride a bike, but now that I got the opportunity to, it feels kind of nice.
We go now to some bystanders who saw this miraculous event happen. Isaac Garcia, how was it watching Eduardo Miramontes learn how to ride a bike for the very first time?
Honestly, it was pretty, astonishing seeing a grown man ride a bike for the first time, but it almost brought a tear to my eye, to be honest.
I very much feel that, and I think our next witness felt that too. Luis Lua, how was it to see Eduardo Miramontes, at his great age, finally learn how to ride a bike?
Now, me personally, I was pretty astonished. I was flabbergasted. I was breathtaking. I got the whole thing on video. Craziest experience of my life. His speed, this kid's got potential. This kid is going places, Definitely the most powerful kid I've seen in years.
As far as quarantine goes, with not much happening, this is probably a top 3 event. Wouldn't you say so?
Yeah, honestly, this is probably top 2 in my book.
What would be the other one?
I can't let you. Yeah.
Okay, it's just not relatively better. Yeah, I get that. And you, do you think this is a top 3, top 2, perhaps even top event of 2020 quarantine?
Definitely top event, no doubt about it.
Eduardo Miramontes, what can't you do?
I mean, as it stands right now, I feel like I can do almost anything now. I just gotta brush up on some skills.
Can you do a handstand for us?
Maybe. I could try.
Let's see it. Pull out the camera, Do not fall on your head. Oh, yo. Oh my God. He did it. All I know is he definitely went more than halfway. Wouldn't you say so?
He was definitely up there for a second.
How was it seeing that happen in real time?
That was pretty impressive. I don't know how often he's practiced that, or that might have been the first time actually, but he went at least 70, 80 degrees, almost at perfect 90.
How do you feel?
It feels good. I mean, you know, I got my jacket off. I'm letting myself cool down. Just letting the earth take me.
You could probably do a front flip off that thing right there, right?
I wouldn't go that far, but I'm feeling good.
But you're open to it someday, right?
I don't know. Maybe if I feel more agile.
Thomas Urganda reporting live from California. Lodi. So, you want to say what?
Grow.
So, local legend Eduardo Miramontes has inspired a whole handful of people here. And now he has inspired Luis Lua of Lockford, I think California. I could be wrong.
Yeah, California is about right. I was pretty amazed once again by Eduardo and his incredible feats. And, you know, I haven't done a handstand in a while. I used to like kind of do them. So I'm going to take a crack at it again.
Let's see this go down in real time. Go for it, big man. Yo! I'd say he did it. How do you feel after that?
I feel breathless. Like I got the wind knocked out of me somehow.
You did fall. So that would make sense. Isaac Garcia, how was it like to experience that in real time?
Dude, honestly, that was amazing. I've never seen anything like that. He did almost like a flip. That was insane.
Eduardo Miramontes, being this beam of inspiration to people alike. That's my phone, by the way. How was it seeing that go down, knowing you inspired that?
That was crazy. I mean, he definitely went a lot further than I tried to on my first try, or second. But it was amazing. It was good.
What can't you do, Luis Lua?
I can do pretty much anything, honestly.
So after a long day of riding his skateboard, Eduardo Miramontes, the certified lover boy of Lodi, California, is going home. Any last words?
I mean, after all that's happened, you know, my perseverance to learn how to ride and control a bike, my perseverance to try to do a handstand fully, I'd say just believe in yourself and your skill. You know, brush up on any old techniques you have, try to learn new ones, just don't stop believing.
Is that your ultimate lesson of the night?
Yeah, just keep moving forward, to put it in simpler words.
Nice. Good night, Eduardo Miramontes.
Good night. It was a pleasure to be here.
I'm very inspired. Eddy has inspired me multiple times tonight, and I don't think he's ever going to stop. Such a bright kid.
The future of Lodi. Hopefully the face of Lodi one day. What time is it?
Currently 10 on the dot. Most of our plans kind of just ended up nowhere, which is fine. We've just been experiencing the day, trying to make this year memorable.
Yeah. You know, just having fun. 2020's got to be more than a pandemic. At least we got to try.
I wanted to practice a bit more, like skateboarding, but I'm just glad to get out of the house, and the weather's really nice right now. I'm content.
I too am content.
I'm very content. I scraped my knee earlier, but it's still all good. Feeling it.
Good night, audience.
That's all for this episode. I hope to go out some more and maybe get other episodes of this same format and style. But for now, Anything You Want Me to Be Radio has been a production of KWDC 92.5 LPFM Delta College Radio. This program is made possible by listeners like you. Programming is produced by the students, staff, and faculty of San Joaquin Delta College's Radio Television Department. It is supported by the Delta College Department of Arts, Humanities, and Multimedia, the Career Technical Education and Workforce Development Office, and the state of California. Thank you for listening.